We currently have a crazy deal going on over at poodlecfb.com. If you use code BACKTOSCHOOL, all lowercase with the number 2 in the middle, you get 50% off the annual plan. And if you use code BACKTOSCHOOL2025, again, all lowercase with the number 2, you get 40% off the monthly plan. That is the best deal we've ever ran over there. Make sure to take advantage. This is a locked-in grandfather deal, so if you lock yourself into this deal, you have it for the lifetime of your membership. So come check it out, sign up, don't miss out on the best deal we've ever ran. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back with another CFB 26 video. In today's video, I'm gonna be going over a glitchy XP method. Now guys, I am a little under the weather this week, so excuse me if my voice is a little messed up or I sound a little congested. I'm gonna power through all this. However, with that being said, guys, don't forget this is the final week of our Black Friday sale over on poodlecfb.com. If you use code Black Friday, all lowercase, one word, just Black Friday all together, you will get a huge discount off the annual plan only. If you've been eyeing the website membership, if you've been eyeing the Discord channel, you've been eyeing all our tools, you've been wanting to dominate Dynasty, now's the time. Not only do you get that insane deal, which is way better than even half off, you do get it for the lifetime of your membership. So if you lock it in now and you want to play for years, it is literally going to be like buying one membership, but for 3 years. It's insane, guys. Go check it out. But if you just want the monthly, of course, code half off is still running. That will run just about till Black Friday as well. Then all the discounts expire. So make sure to take advantage, guys. This is the last week or so to take advantage of it all. You get access to our ultimate guide, our Discord channel, our data lab, all of our studies, 24/7 support, all of our calculators, our tools, our Excel sheet. Guys, it really is the greatest place to be if you're a Dynasty head. If you're a diehard who all you want to do is win games, dominate, and build your powerhouse team, that is the place to be. Anyone who's in there could tell you that. Go check it out. Use code Black Friday or code half off. Remember, it is expiring in about a week, so let's get into it. So guys, it's the time of the year. We're just about past Thanksgiving at this point when you're seeing this, or right at it. We're heading into Christmas. What does that mean in terms of CFB, Madden, any franchise Dynasty based game mode? People are calling for the restart. You have the elite guys in your league that are just kind of chilling. They have their elite teams. They might be getting a little bored. You have the guys who didn't quite build the right way, messed up their coach build. We're at that point where people might start talking about a restart or joining some different leagues and taking some new approaches, joining some new leagues. And that's why this video is so important, because in this game, you have a level 100 grind. With a level 100 grind, that requires a lot of XP. Now, if you started back in July till now, you're probably nearing that point if you were in a fast-moving Dynasty. I'm talking, well, by nearing that point, I mean you're in like probably 60 plus. If you're in a Dynasty that's playing a new season every 2-3 weeks. However, if you're restarting now from level 0, like I am in this new Dynasty I just joined, you know you want your best approach. And that's why I'm saving all my points right now, because we're going to talk about today is probably the best or close to the best way to level up your coach, especially because it coincides with one of our best coach builds, which, guys, I am doing an updated coach build with all of our new data coming up shortly. Reminder, when I do these updated coach builds, it's not like we go from strategist, talent developer, and recruiter to architect and tactician. So don't ever think like, oh, my coach build's cooked. Really, it's just like, let's say the coach build will be about 90% similar and maybe like 5 to 10% get changed, but a lot of the times it's higher tier stuff, so you could still work your way into it. It's not that big of a deal. We're talking a difference of an 100% versus like a 97% effective build, so you're not losing much. We may have just found a slightly better tweak for it, or a personal tweak that I prefer for my playstyle. But with that being said, you want to maximize XP. Obviously, you guys know the method of starting with Motivator and getting your player development phase in the training results, getting your XP for the active archetype perk, then switching over to recruiter, right? With that all in mind, one of the best ways to both recruit and to get XP is going to be this combination right here. When you're utilizing strategists, you get 15 bonus XP for each prospect visiting for a win. That means a few things. I mean, either way, you should only be scheduling visits on weeks where you think you can win, so that means bye weeks don't count, right? But whether that means scheduling against a bad opponent, a CPU opponent, or it really depends, because I know there's going to be some prospects like a 5-star quarterback that you're behind on. You got to schedule them against Bama. It's all you can do. That is what it is. But what this means is the best way to really take advantage of this is scheduling visits almost every week. Now, why is this so cool? Obviously, earlier in the season, you have your first round of recruits, 10 to 15 players. You get 1,500 XP for having strategists. Now, why does that work so well? Our ideal coach build includes strategists. Tier 1 boosts complimentary visits. Tier 2 visits have a bigger impact. So first and foremost, those two first tiers that we love are going to make recruiting a breeze without having a recruiter. So that's why strategists has become such an important part of our game plan, because not only is tier 3 and 4 some of our favorite abilities in the game, tier 1 and 2 do wonders on recruiting for you. Now, you combine that with the fact that you get a bonus XP for it, and you can win recruits with it. It really just, and it's on the way of your archetype and the way you're building your tree to begin with. It's really super OP. So, what that means is every single week with a maximum of 4 visits for a total of likely 40 to 60 points depending on the cost, you can bring in your local recruits and accrue 6,000 XP almost every week of the season, starting at about week 2. So what I plead you to do here is, and I'm going to show you there's a way to even upgrade this a little bit more, but let's start with the basics. What I plead for you to do is this. And once I have, that's why I'm saving my points up. I want to build my coach the right way. Once you can get strategists and you start building it up. See these weeks right now, I'm going to show you the week we're at. I'm currently in week, I believe like 10, 11. Week 11. Don't give up on recruiting. Even if you're not going for elite recruiter, you don't want to bring in trash, you can always take them off your board. What you want to be doing is start going to your prospect list. And again, I'm already at week 11, so it's getting a little tighter here. Go to any prospects you want. You can say recommended. Go to the stages. You can go to open, right? See all these guys here that are open with nothing on them. Click. Once you have your board cleaned up, look at all these guys. Go to your board. Cut off all the players that committed elsewhere. Cut off all the players that aren't coming to your school. And you should have about 10 to 15 spots available. Add all these 3 stars to your board. Add them all. Then you want to start recruiting them. You want to start recruiting them and putting your 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever hours you have on them. You want to get them into the top 5. You then want to put a visit on them, but pull the points. Because here's the thing. If you do the visit with points and you're going on a 3-star that has no one going for them, you may actually just win the recruit. So you want to do is you want to go in on these 3 stars or 2 stars, 1 stars, whoever you can, get them to top 5, place a visit. Look at this 4-star that I didn't even scout. This is a similar strategy. I'd get into the top 5. I did my visit. You get your 1,500 points for it. Then you can just hold Y if you want on him, or whatever it is. I think it's triangle on PS5. And you could take him off your board. You get the XP for the visit, but you don't have to commit them. So it's like a 3-pronged approach. When you're going for your 5 and 4 stars and you apply your normal visits, you get an XP boost. When you're going for your later season push 4 stars and 3 stars to round out your roster, get a recruiter, you're getting your visit boost. Then when you're done recruiting for the year and you're in like these dead weeks, don't think of them as dead weeks. Weeks 11 through like 16, you can keep bringing in 3, 2, 1-star guys very easily. Just be careful not to get them actually get them committed. So once you're about at top 5, you could even slow it down. Let's say you're like a hair, a nick off top 5. You can just put like 10 points for the week. That way you don't actually have like a huge boost until they almost commit and your visit will do it. Get into top 5, apply a visit, make sure it'll be on a win, maybe on like a really bad school to avoid having the issue of a huge commit. That allows you to do about 4 per week and get 6,000 per week the remainder. That is 6 times, let's call it 6 times 6 for the last 6 weeks, let's call it. That's an extra 36,000. An extra 36,000 XP for your coach, strictly just like boosting at the end of the season. It is so elite. Now we can take this up a notch. This is where it gets crazy. And this is for all you CEO heads. It really depends if you can get there or how your coach is. Did you take a pre-built coach? Now, the only thing is it will take over your active archetype. So now we're going to flip it. Where we flip this is you may not get the XP, but in terms from the recruiting side of it. So let's move away from the XP for 5 seconds. Just make sure you do this once you have your coach established, whatever your XP threshold is. For some people, their ideal build, they got to be level 70 for it to be effective. Don't do this till then, unless all you need is 40 levels, because all you need is package 1 through 3 on talent developer and this on strategist. Once you've established like your coach is good enough and you're ready to just go crazy on recruiting, you take this next step. Now this gets away from the XP, but it does kind of coincide with it. You can unlock CEO if you can, like I said, and what you want to do is unlock more the merrier. This increases the number of players who can visit in a week to 8. So now while you won't be getting 8 a week on XP, what you will be getting is 8 a week with tier 1 and tier 2. Boost to complimentary visits, and visits have a bigger impact. You could essentially bring in your entire class in 1 week 3. And you'll notice this a lot. When you're recruiting, let's say your first opening is week 2 or 3. You can only pick 4 players, and you don't have much time if people are logging in during advance. So you always have to like pre-plan, like, okay, that quarterback, that wide receiver, that defensive lineman, those are my 3 must-have players, and I'll see who gets the 4th one. With how cheap visits are this year with local prospects or closer prospects with like 10 to 15, 20, getting 8 could be the cost of 80 points to 100 and about 60 points on average, which only requires you to take off like 3 prospects you think you may lose, which is so much simpler than last year of taking off like 5 or 6 for like 1 or 2 visits. But if you time your complimentary visits right and visit impacts right, and you do it the right way, you could essentially bring in 8 players on that first visit week and lock almost every player out. Like if you're going for all 5 stars, there's only about like 25 to 32 5 stars. Some are bust. There's going to be like those 8 or 10 5 stars that everyone's going for. If you have those week 2 or week 3 visits available for your team and you got to compete with people, you can lock almost the entire league out of visits on all 5 stars and give yourself that edge. Like I said, you want to start doing this once you have your XP and your level the way you want it, because once you unlock CEO, that will become your active perk and it'll stay that way. And then your new active perk will be big game bonus. So essentially what you want to do for this XP method is utilize strategist to get 1,500 per week per recruit. And if you do it the right way, like I said, it could be almost all season long after week 2 or 3. And then once you build yourself up enough, especially if you're a competitive player, CEO one's awesome. 12,000 each time for a playoff win. If you're a guy who yearly gets to the playoffs and always wins at least 1 or 2 games, you're a guy who's constantly the natty, that could be anywhere between 12,500 to like almost 50k XP per year. That is absolutely insane. That is even better per se than the strategist one if you don't want to be spamming visits. Now, if you do it the way I said it, where you do the week 11 through 16 and you get all the extras and you do it that way, yes, it will be more impactful. But this is the most elite XP combination that you could be doing. That's relatively easy to do because you're going to do visits regardless. Now you're just kind of boosting for a little extra and then top it off with CEO. Just remember, do not unlock CEO and buy more the merrier until you feel comfortable with where your coach is XP wise. If you want to get to 100 first and then do it, then so be it. Guys, about it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget, Black Friday sale is about to end. If it didn't end already, go check it out. Code Black Friday, all lowercase, no caps, gets you the best deal ever on the annual plan, and it locks you in for life. So as long as you want to be a part of the membership, you get it at such an insane deal. Go check it out. If you want the monthly, code half off, no spaces, no caps, is still running, so go check that out too, but it will be over soon. And guys, don't forget, Chalkboard changed their sign-up deposit. It is the best place to do pick'ems. Go check it out. If you use code PoodleCFB or the link down below, you will get a $100 deposit match. Put in $10, you get 10. Put in 100, you get 100. It's up to 100. So go check it out, guys. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.